Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Boy, do we have a treat for you. Well, every day that you're with us is a treat. But today's going to be a wonderful, interesting recipe for those that are not patient or creative in terms. Everyone knows the cake pops. They're everywhere. You can't go into a store without seeing it in a book, in a magazine, or actually buying them. Well, they're beautiful and tasty, and I'm so uncreative and cannot decorate them worth a hoot. So I came up with something that was a little bit easier. So let's just say that this is the easy level, and then cake pops are like the intermediate level, and then decorated cake pops are whatever level is above that. So we're doing cookie pops. That is going to take the place. And you don't even have to put them on a stick. You just pop them in your mouth. So you make them, you pop them in your mouth, and you are good to go. But I'm going to tell you how to do it. Now, let me tell you a few things. One, use any cookie. I'm using ones that have fillings. These are Vienna fingers. If you haven't had those, hello. They're fantastic. Yum, yum, yum. You see that? And then double stuffed Oreo, because you know that I like sugar. So no need to do just the halfway. We're going to do all the way, double stuffed Oreos. But if for those that want something a little healthier or maybe not so sweet, you can use Nilla wafers. Literally, you can use anything that you want. Animal crackers, you choose. So we're going to use about, depending on the size of your package, you want about 14 to 15 ounces. I've eaten all of these. See where this is sitting? So all of these I've eaten. So this we're doing short anyway. And we've done about the same. Yeah, these don't feel like they're real full either. Nope, we've eaten the entire middle row. That's our family. Welcome to our world. So we need anywhere from 12 to 15 ounces. I said 14, but now we're going to have to go with 12. 12 to 15 ounces of whatever type cookie you want. That's usually about 2 cups crushed, just so you know, maybe a little more. And then we're each package. This is going to have 6 ounces of cream cheese. And this is going to have 6 ounces of cream cheese. Now, let me tell you, if you are going to use one that is not, and I'm going to go ahead and start pouring these in here, that is not, does not have any sweetener in it, or I don't mean sweetener, it doesn't have the filling. You know, the filling is made out of sugar. But if it doesn't have the sweetener in it, then please, for the sake of the children, add a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Yes, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar to whatever it is to your bag. Now you see me pouring these. I'm just going to pour these right in here into the bag. You know I try to only use bags. Pretty much mainly do, because it turns any bag into a bowl with the bag holder, and it leaves me no mess. I mean, look at this, no mess whatsoever. Now the other things I think I may have forgot to tell you. You need almond bark, white and chocolate, and that is what we're going to dip them in, just like you do when you make cake pops. And then, of course, 12 ounces of cream cheese if you're doing 2 different types, or 6 ounces if you're just doing one package of one flavor. So let's get mixing. We have the cookies in here. I'm going to pull the holder out. You don't really need it right now. I just use it to keep the bags open and make it easy to pour. But we've got this, and can you guess what we're going to do now? We are going to beat out our frustrations from the holidays, so that after this very moment of making these cookie pops, you will feel so relaxed and refreshed. You know how I'm going to do that? Put them in, get the back of a spoon, whatever you want, shoe, whatever, choose. Choose your weapon wisely. Anyway, wait, that's like 4th of July. Oh gosh, I really totally cannot keep all these holidays together. So I'm going to beat these, you go beat yours, and I will see you when they're all crumbs. Alright, we have beat them the best that we can. Now I want to tell you something. This is something, again, remember, this is nothing to stress about. I know you can see that there are bigger clumps in there. Don't worry. When you add the cream cheese to it, it's going to soften it just as if you, let's say a baby sucks on a Nilla wafer and it just turns to mush. Same thing. You're adding this type of liquid or softener So it is going to turn to mush and easily be able to form into little balls. That's why they're called cookie pops. We're going to pop them in our mouth. So we've got our cream cheese. This is 12 ounces, so we're just going to add half and half, basically. Just stick it right in there, pop it. You can use the side of the bag. I don't know if you can see that, but you see I'm using the side of the bag? Perfect. And then we'll finish this out. Just like this. Make sure you use every last drop. Now again, if you are using a cookie that does not have that lovely creamy sugar center, add powdered sugar. It's a must. Now what we're going to do is we've got it. We're going to take out the air in the bag, because you know using bags it allows you to mix easier, and just start walking around and blending this together. At first it's going to be a little stiff and hard to maneuver, at least you think, but it will quickly start to blend in so that everything is coated. This takes probably 2 to 3 minutes to get it well blended, and it gets easier and easier. You can see it starts to already go through. You just got to be good with your hands here and mix it. The vanilla, the Vienna fingers, are ready to go, and I want to show you how the bag pretty much clears itself. I have not opened the bag, but once you start to mix it, you can see that it starts to form into basically a ball, the same way that the cake pops work. So the cream cheese really blends in nicely. It's got that sweet flavor from the creamy filling, and who doesn't love the outside of a Vienna finger or really any cookie? You can do this with the coconut ones. I mean, think outside the box. Whatever you think can be done. Same thing, 6 ounces of cream cheese with, again, 12 to 15 ounces of cookie. So we're gonna let this sit here a minute while I go ahead and do the chocolate ones. Because we're gonna whack them. We've already whacked them. We are going to put them on. What happens next is we are going to put a cookie sheet, and we are going to use our cookie scoop, and we are going to scoop them out and pop them in the freezer for about 40 minutes. We're gonna flash freeze them so that when we wanna dip them in the hot chocolate, they don't melt, because of course cream cheese softens, and we don't want it to melt and dissolve, but that's what we're doing next. Now that both of the cookie mixtures are finished, you can see this is the Vienna finger and this is the Oreo cookie. They're done. All we need to do is we get our handy dandy scoop, and this is our cookie scoop. It basically is going to scoop it and we can form it, and I'm going to show you how to do this, because we don't need to pop this back on the holder right now, because the goal is to form it in the bag so we don't get our hands dirty. So I'm going to get this up close. See this? Basically we are going to scoop, this is about a tablespoon, and form it just like that. You see? Take this little edge off, no big deal, and pop it. Does not have to be perfect, because you have to remember it just needs to be firm. We're going to dip these in chocolate, and that's probably why I'm not any good at the cake pops, is because those probably do have to be perfect. But you see how easy? So we're just going to keep doing this. And we're almost done, and as you can see, this is how easy it is. Again, I use my little cookie scoop. I use my hand to form the ball, just like this. We've got the ball, nice little round ball that I haven't had to touch yet. And then you pop it right there. And again, it does not have to be perfect. We're gonna pop these in the freezer, and see, we've pretty much emptied the bag. I guess I could try a little bit more, but it does not stick to the bag. It's not like you have all this leftover goo. So realistically, if the cookies were full, if the entire package was full, we had not eaten, it should make about 20 each. So we've got about 14 here and about 15 or 16 here. But we're gonna pop these in the freezer for about an hour, and then we will dip them in the chocolate. So get ready. The cookie pops are ready to go. They're ready to be dipped in chocolate. So we've got our almond bark right here. We've got vanilla and chocolate. We're doing half of the package. We're gonna melt this. Now let me give you a tip. After you're done melting the white, if you want to do a food coloring, like we may do red for the holidays, go ahead and do that, but wait until it's melted thoroughly, then add 2 or 3 drops. But we're gonna pop this in the microwave, and we will start dipping in a minute. The white chocolate is ready to go. We were having a little trouble with it holding. I think maybe I got a bad batch, but we're good to go now. Whoop, I need a spoon for that. Let me move this. Actually, this would look pretty, using this fork, I'm gonna drizzle these. Oh my gosh, that almost looks like a professional. Look at that. Do you see that?
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
So now let's try some of the...
So do the chocolate. So we're dropping the chocolate in, and I've got this so you can see. It's so simple. You put a couple in. This is something that kids can do. She is 12, going on 25. But you can see that she's doing it. Very simple. You just want to be real delicate so that we don't start to break the dough. We need to put these back in the fridge to get them hardened again. Excellent. And again, if there's a little spot that's missing the dough, or the almond bark, just use your spoon and put it over there. So you just plop a couple in just like that. Go ahead.
There we go. We're just going to coat them evenly and thoroughly so that you can...
Yeah, perfect. Let's go up under. Yeah, you want to go up under so that you don't break the dough apart. Just like this. Yum, yum, yum. Excellent. And now all we have to do is decorate it. We have one left. There, and we want to make sure that we decorate it properly so that it is completely coated and we are ready to nibble on it. And we're done. Now, like I was doing with that, so all of the cookie pops are finished. What I was doing with this one though is, which really looks good, I think, is just kind of drizzling some of the chocolate over the white over the chocolate. Does that make sense? And let's be sure to put some more sprinkles on. Does this look good? Yay! And then as it starts to melt. So, we have the new Cookie Pops ready to go, and we will pop them in your mouth. They look beautiful. Oh, I missed two. Let's get these taken care of. Okay, we have the chocolate melted, and the white chocolate, the almond bark, is melting now. But I just want to show you how we do this. It's very simple. You throw a couple of the Cookie Pops right inside. You use the spoon, drizzle it so that it covers it neatly. This is so fast. I mean, the only thing that you're having to heat is this. This is something you can whip up in about 30 minutes if you have family coming. And these little Cookie Pops, you can freeze them, like I said. So make them ahead of time. Make a ton of them ahead of time. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cross between the white, we're going to do the Vienna finger Cookie Pops and dip them in chocolate as well as the Oreo. And then when we get the other almond bark, we're going to do that as well. Now again, you can decorate these. You can put sprinkles on these. Something else you can do is think outside the box. You know, you can create whatever you choose to. Here, let's have the other chocolate. Are we ready? Not yet. Okay. You can bind these with peanut butter. If you're not a cream cheese kind of person, then go ahead and use peanut butter. Imagine the cake pops with the peanut butter in the center. But this is how fast it is. You just put it in, wipe it off, and pop it on the tray. Very simple. If you have a spot that's blank or is missing some chocolate, just cover it. Now these were frozen, so the almond bark starts to harden pretty quick. So if you're going to do sprinkles, do it right away. And we are going to have the sidekick. My little sidekick is helping me today, and we're going to actually do the white chocolate. You can see right here we've got it melted. We're going to pop in a few. She's going to finish these, but pop it in just like that. And make sure it's completely coated nicely, and then pull it up and plop it on your tray. That's it. Ooh, that's sticky. Ooh, it's already stuck. Wow, that's getting really cold fast. It's getting hard, so let's make sure I stir this. Excellent. And there may be a little excess icing, or I'm sorry, chocolate icing, haha. But don't even stress about that, because that doesn't even matter. When you take it off of the tray, whatever excess will be at the bottom. It's not a big deal. So we'll put this here. We're going to spin this around. Perfect. Just like this. And I'm going to get some sprinkles and show you how we do that. This is the finished product on a nice little serving dish that we can serve. Again, we're going to keep these in the fridge until we're ready to use them. Now, if you made a bunch of them and did not dip them yet, freeze them. Now you can freeze them like this as well because they won't stick. You can see these are not sticking. The bark does harden properly and safely, but sometimes it's easier just to freeze just the cookie mixture and then dip them fresh when you're ready to use it in case you're using sprinkles so it doesn't fall off. But that is our beautiful cookie pops. And the reason they're cookie pops is because you use pre-made cookies and pop them in your mouth. Yum, yum. Can you see all those sprinkles right there? That is going to be delicious. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Visit us at facebook.com/bagholder, and don't forget to see our blog at todaysliving.net with great tips every day. See you soon.